Welcome, everyone, to the rematch between Hera and Daniel. This game is being recorded immediately after the previous Hera Daniel game. So let's see if um, Hera can win this game on Atacama or if Daniel can win this game. So we have in the left side of the map Hera playing again as the Tatars. So looks like Hera might be picking the Tatars 2 games in a row. Atacama. Tatar's not a bad civ for sure, and the Burgundians for Daniel on the other side. Burgundians just a great civ in general. All the tools they need to win. Playing into really, generally playing into cavalry, but you can see here that Daniel's opening with an archer range. The same thing here for Hera. And this is interesting because I would have expected this wide open type map like Atacama to be opened up with cavalry. Now, I know with scouts, but I do realize that this map is controlled by archers because while it is a wide open map, the resources aren't everywhere. They're in the middle, all the wood lines in the middle. And this is not Red Bull Atacama. There might be water in the corners for Red Bull Atacama, I believe. So, a little difference. These aren't technically practice games. Like, something Hera did here, though. This is interesting. Hera has dropped the outposts on either side of his base, walling up the sides. Hera wants to play very safely as the Tatars and probably get back into those cav archers like he did last game. Daniel, on the other side, is going into archers, probably trying to take control of this game in the feudal age with those cheaper eco upgrades and earlier eco upgrades and play into the early archer crush maneuver, just beat the enemy. A few spearmen were added by Hera. Those aren't going to make any difference. And Daniel. Very similar militaries, 3-3 on the archer count. Both have one archer range. Both have fletching. Neither person has padded archer armor. So it's pretty similar. 5-6 in the military, but that extra military for Hera is just a spearman, which, like I said, not going to make a substantial difference in these fights. Scout is down now for Hera. As Daniel micros back, he's got the defender's advantage. He's got his production right here, so he's got an advantage in this fight. Daniel does. Now, Daniel is an interesting matchup for a player like Hera because Daniel likes to put that early aggression on the opponent and take them out quickly. Hera is so good at not being taken out quickly or slowly. He's just one of the best, but Hera is used to this pressure, able to put this pressure on. Hera, in fact, was a player much like this until he learned that aggression is not always the key to success. And you can see he's playing fairly defensive right now, slightly behind in the military. But essentially, even on that front is Hera, and with the defender's advantage, going to be able to be just fine. Now, neither player moving out. So this is just really defensive. Daniel onto the wood lines on the front of his base. Hera has not moved out to these wood lines just yet. Is going to really be saturating this gold. Hera already on the way up to Castle Age. Daniel not even close. This is a big moment here for Hera. And Daniel really needs to get up to Castle Age or else he's just dead against that Cav Archer play again. That Cav Archer, early Cav Archer play is really devastating. Sorry about that. I keep hitting escape. As I'm getting a drink, I'm going to make my water bottle. Daniel now moving across. He's moving across with 7 archers. 7 archers against 6, now 7 of Hera. I don't like those odds. I'll be honest. I like those odds for Hera. Defender's advantage. Defender's advantage simply meaning the production buildings are right there. So reinforcements coming quickly. And with Hera's micro and mad APM 1-1 on the fight. And now 2-2. Very even fight so far, but Daniel just getting crushed really because of the additional archers that came out. And now, wow, the KD 9-8, very close kill death ratio. Daniel not yet on the way up. Daniel 4 military, not enough archers, but the tower's been dropped. Okay, he's safe. He has a tower on the wood line. He's sneaking out with 2 archers and a spearman. Gonna try and do a surprise attack, probably over here on this gold. Not gonna work. Outposts are everywhere for Hera. Hera dropping a second archer range. Runs into the tower. A second tower here for Daniel. Had to buy that. Very concerned about this pressure. Says, nope, I'm going to tower up. I've seen this play work before. It's worked against me before. The towers against the Cav Archers. It's frustrating having Archer control when your opponent just towers up. You're unable to accomplish anything. Daniel really trying to get this villager snipe and gets it. Gets the Vill snipe, loses 2 archers and a spearman, but gets the villager. And I don't think Daniel's looking at continuing on with the archer play. I would be very surprised if he is. However, towers. I think that's the name of the game for Daniel, and I think that's the play that he has to go for at the moment. He's got to play defense and get into the cavalry mass and siege. So I'm expecting siege defense for Daniel as soon as he gets up. But it's going to be crossbows for now from Hera. Just so interesting. A different play that our early timing did not transition into Cav Archers. I'm guessing that Hera felt like, okay, with the towers here, there, and everywhere, I won't be able to find a whole lot of damage. Hera poking and prodding Daniel, building towers and walls behind. He's going to have to drop one over here, and then he'll be pretty well protected everywhere, maybe one here. But Daniel, now on the way up, oh, he drops a castle. So it's going to be, Custilier versus Cav Archers. As you can see, the Cav Archer switch now coming in. And the crossbows diving under the towers to try to snipe off this castle. That's just not going to happen. 3 villagers, however, did go down for that dive. So that was well worth it. I don't know if any crossbowmen died. So the castle coming down, securing this front of Daniel's base. Hera not so secure, playing for the military control. It looks like there was some sort of a fight here that I missed. The kill-death ratio in favor of Hera, 16 to 10. And like I said, towers back here. This one isn't the one I called out, but it was necessary. I actually did call it out. Anyway, another tower being dropped here for Daniel. Towers needed. When the crossbow player has this much control, you gotta go for the towers here, everywhere. And crossbowmen just marching in under the towers. Maybe that's what I needed to do. Be like, so you have towers, but now they're just melting. The crossbowmen are melting. However, has really idled. I can't imagine that was worth it. Yes, a lot of idle eco and a villager went down, but all of those crossbows, I guess the crossbows weren't that important to him in the end anyway, but Custilier coming out versus the Cav Archers. Custilier, if you don't know, they're a unit that is super cool. They deal a ton of damage on their first attack, and then they're kind of lackluster. So if they close on you, if they can get the charge in, it will wreck everything. However, if they don't, if they get sniped off first, they're not that great. So they're kind of glass cannons. They're weird against archers. They wreck archers if they get there. But if they can't get there, then not so good. So Cav Archers, not a bad play. These villagers are going to have to run. Run, Daniel. Okay, he runs and gets away with only 1 villager lost there. Custilier chasing and running back. Ooh, Cav Archers coming back in. Not done with this party. Another villager dropped as Daniel well behind in eco, 60 to 49. Trying to catch up on eco, especially as the Custilier is a more eco-intensive unit needing food and gold. Stable coming down now for the upgrades, which haven't... Oh, I didn't see this. Were there any villager kills? No eco kills just yet. These Custilier, no armor, no bloodlines, no husbandry, running in, looking for these Vill snipes. They're going to get a couple. Oh, come on. Doink. And just 1. Not what you'd want to see from these Custilier. Just 1 Vill snipe and then having to run away from the town center and the cavalry archers. And now needing to run away. This looks like a misclick. Accidentally clicked there on the stable instead of running away. These crossbowmen are still sitting in the back of Hera's base. Or Daniel's base, sorry. Denying this gold mine. And that is going to matter. I think 2 Custilier, 3 Custilier. Okay. Going back to clear that up. The siege workshop being dropped inside of this outpost. Hera with incredible vision. Let's see what Hera can see. This is what Hera can see. This is what Daniel can see. And you can see the bright areas are what they see currently. So you can see this is all very well seen. And yep, those archers are down. Daniel, gonna do something about these outposts. Gonna run around, and you can see these guys swinging those weapons. Very cool weapon. It's a mixture between a sword and a lance. Very cool weapon. So it's it might be actually a bill hook. Might be actually what this weapon is. I don't know what what they're calling it, but it reminds me of a bill hook for the billmen of medieval Total War, medieval 2 Total War, because that's a sword on the end of a stick. So it works as a spear or a swinging weapon. Oh, the big shot comes in on these cavalry archers that are forced to snipe off some Fusilier. The eco lead, massive for Hera, though, and this is what Hera does. If Hera is playing defensively, you know he has this eco lead. You know you're going to have to kill. Kill, kill, kill. Snipes off that Mangonel. Mangonels just seem useless against cavalry archers in the hands of pros. Now, if I'm making cav archers, make Mangonels against me. You'll wreck me. But against pros, my goodness, it seems useless. Big moment here. Hera gonna be forcing the issue. This is not necessarily a game-ending castle, but this is establishing dominance on the map. Really separating out what Daniel has control over and what he does not. And I don't think Daniel knows. Oh, he knows. Oh, he knows, all right. And he is looking at trying to find a way to deny this. These cav archers are out of position. The cavalry archers out of position, taking a big hit, but there's no villagers to run in the town center. And this castle's got to go up at this point, but there are going to be some villagers lost as the cav archers completely out of position. Castle not denied, but villagers dropping in a hurry. Both castles are going to go up, and this is going to be another one of these moments. The whole army, though, dropping for Daniel, and this might be it. Castle's up for Daniel, so he's holding on to these little patches of wood here. It's pretty important. And Daniel calls the GG. Yeah, Daniel calls the GG. And Keshik's coming out. What a cool unit, Keshik. Well, this is another well-executed game by Hera. We expect nothing less. Hope you enjoyed this one as well. Daniel with the positive KD, but it didn't matter in the end. The economy stats so strong for Hera. Over almost 4,500, over 4,500 resources collected more for Hera than for Daniel. Technology stats, you can see Hera with that faster castle time and society, massive 30 villager lead. What in the world are you going to do against that? You know? And eco, yeah, and the APM stats, Hera, playing casually, only 100 average APM. I hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next one.